Hey guys, I'm Amy and this is The Lotus. So today I wanted to kind of talk about stopping the cycle of dysfunction. So there are many of us that have found ourselves in situations where our relationship is dysfunctional, and it can be any relationship. It can be a romantic one, it can be one with a parent, like if you live at home, roommate, just etc. Now, the problem as a parent when you live in a relationship or in a situation with a relationship that is dysfunctional, that causes trauma. Not only for the parties at hand in the middle of the situation, but also to the kids. And we want to avoid that. We want to avoid traumatizing our children, obviously. I mean, any decent parent would agree. So, my family, we were pretty dysfunctional for a long time before we had a relapse. And that just made things more dysfunctional. And then things progressed from there. And became more and more dysfunctional, and before we knew it, our kids were in foster care. And something can be said for communication. Absolutely. I do wholeheartedly believe that if my husband and I had been more communicative with each other, if we had communicated better and just been honest with each other in all ways, and worried more about the other person than ourselves, things may have gone differently. So from my perspective, from my situation, and in retrospect, looking back, if I had stopped long enough and slowed down long enough to stop looking at, well, I need this, I need this, I need this, what does my husband need? What could he be going through right now? He's having a hard time at work. He's struggling to keep a job right now. Why? What's going on? What's the core of the problem? And if I had done that, my husband would have felt more supported. He would have, felt like somebody had his back. He would have been able to, release some of that stress that was going on, because he would have been able to vent about it. But I didn't give him that opportunity, same as he didn't give it to me either. And, if he had slowed down long enough to stop and say, honey, what's going on with you? How can I help? And me do the same, maybe things would have gone significantly different. So, at its core, whenever you can solve a problem at its core, then everything else should fall in place. Everything tends to, it's like a domino. You hit that one solid, that first domino, that core domino, and then everything else falls into place after. How they take dominoes and make like a picture and then push one domino and they all fall down and they make this pretty picture. But whenever you look at it before they all fall, it's all chaos, right? So you find that core, that one domino that you need to tackle and find out, what can I do to fix this? And the only way to do that in any relationship, whether it's romantic or otherwise, is communication. If my husband and I had slowed down long enough to just talk to each other and say, hey, this is what I'm going through. What are you going through? How can we help each other? Maybe things would have gone a lot differently. Actually, I'm pretty confident they would have. So, that's really the most important part, and then focus on the little things. That was the other thing we weren't doing. We weren't recognizing, what's that phrase? Stop and smell the roses. We weren't stopping. We certainly weren't smelling any flowers. We were overwhelmed and we were stressed and we were falling apart. We were crumbling. And, we were crumbling before each other's eyes and had no idea what to do. And, because at that point, it was a fight for survival. We were trying to survive. And so I really do think if we had not only paid attention to each other and communicated and been honest with each other about how we felt and what was going on in our individual lives, and then found a solution as a team, as a couple, but also if we had stopped to appreciate things like soccer games for my kid, and Mary's first word, and the holidays and school functions, just these small little things that are everyday normal things that if you let them can stress you out. Sure, a lot of parents are, oh, it's a PTA meeting, oh my God, this is so stressful, but it doesn't have to be. Look at it as an opportunity to meet your child's parent, teacher, and maybe meet some of their friends, be involved, that sort of thing. And when it comes down to it, it's a choice. It really is a choice to stop and say, hey, you know what, my life's chaotic right now, but I'm gonna appreciate some of the things that I'm gonna miss later in life. Because when we're all in our 60s and we got grandbabies, or our kids are in college and they're not home, we're gonna wish we had those PTA meetings again. So just stop and smell the roses, guys. Communicate, be honest with each other. Let's all just work as a team. That's kind of the idea. So in summary, find that core issue and find a solution as a team. Talk to each other, be honest with each other, tell each other what's going on in your lives, and try to help each other, be there for each other, be supportive. And it doesn't matter, like I said, it doesn't matter what kind of relationship you have. It really doesn't. So once you do that, and then everything, like I said, will fall into place. At least it did for us. Once we started doing these things, everything just started to happen. Our kids ended up coming home. Court dates went a lot smoother. Our patience with each other was a lot bigger. Everything changed when we started communicating. And then when we started appreciating the little things, the things that, you'll miss later in life, we were happier, we were more peaceful. And yes, meditation had a lot to do with that, but what do you think meditation is? It's stopping and focusing on something tiny, like your breath. Being grateful for having breath, that's meditation. It's easy. It's not all, guru anything, Yoda, Gandhi type stuff. It doesn't have to be, so, oh, sorry, kitten. So, just be there for each other, appreciate the small things, attack the core, communicate, be honest, and you should be all right. So, stopping the cycle of dysfunction, honestly, in my case, came down to those few values. So, I hope this helps. I really do. Happy holidays, guys. I hope I'll get to record something else before Christmas, but if not, I'll see you in the new year. Stay strong, guys. Be a lotus.